Good morning, friends. How are you? I hope you will be fine at your home. I am your SST teacher, Veena Sharma. Dear students, which lesson we started in previous video? We have started Delhi Sultan. In which lesson we read about the ruler of Delhi. And now, today our next topic is administration and consolidation under the Khilji and Tughlaq rule. Dear friends, in this lesson we read about the consolidation. Tughlaq and Khilji needed reliable governor and administrator. They have need special slaves called bandgan. What do you mean by bandgan? In the rule of Iltutmish favored special slaves and he purchased special slaves for their military services that were called bandgan. Now, these slaves were carefully trained by a person who were important political officer in his kingdom. What is the role of special person to train the slave for the military? Now, who were bandgan? Bandgan were called the slaves, special trades. Slaves who were trained for special purpose. That were called bandgan. Now, what was the role of bandgan to us? Bandgan were totally dependent for their master and bandgan trusted by them. And bandgan were appointed as governor and general. So friends, these were the stories of the bandgan. Now next topic is conflicting issues. What were the issues from where the rulers conflict? Firstly, bandgan. Bandgan led to the political instability. And bandgan were loyal to the sultan but not for their heirs. Means slaves were loyal to their sultan and not for their heirs. Their patronage by sultan also shocked many elites. High status for lower caste not approved. So students, these were the conflicting issues. Now, administrating the kingdom. Military commanders appointed for territory of the varying size. Land was called Ikta and the landholder were called Iktadar or Mukti. Now, what were the duties of Iktadar or Muktis? Muktis lead military campaign and maintain order in Iktas. Mean Iktas and Muktis duty to maintain and control the Iktas. Iktas mean land. Now, what were the conditions of the services of the Muktis or Iktadar? Conditions of services under the Khilji and Tughlaq rule were very harsh. Mukti or Iktadar collected land revenue, which was the salary of the military. Revenue and salary was checked by the accountant, and Mukti's office was not permanent. After a short duration of the time, they were being shifted. So friends, we read about the consolidation, bandgan, conflicting issue, administrating and kingdom, and conditions of the service. In next part, we will read more about this topic. Dear friends, our next topic is establishing control. We read, land was called Ikta and landholder were called Iktadar. and Muktis were controlled the land. Now, who were establishing the control on the land? Land was controlled by the chieftains and samantas, aristocrats, and land was firstly assessment and collection of land revenue brought under the state control. Right to levy taxes by Samant were cancelled and chieftains forced to pay the taxes. Now, there will be three types of taxes collected by the chieftain. One is kharis. Kharis tax pay on the cultivation, on the land production. Then charai, tax pay on the cattle. And then third is also charai, that paid on the horse. So three types of taxes were paid by the people. Now, there were some areas who were under control by the Sultanate. First, distant province of West Bengal, forested area of Indo-Gangetic plain, and chieftain established rule to these areas. Now, Mongol inventions. Next topic is Mongol inventions. Mongol increase in Alauddin Khilji rule, mean Mongols' power increased during the Alauddin Khilji rule, and he continued till the end of the Muhammad Tughlaq rule. He established large army which mobilized in the Delhi. More difference between both Sultan and administration were seen in this period. So which were the differences we were seeing in the both Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq? Firstly, let's start with Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji took defensive measures. He raised army and he constructed a garrison fort named Siri. He fed soldiers through revenue, and revenue was collected by the peasants and paid as a salary. He controlled prices at Delhi, and his administrative measures were praiseworthy. He successfully withstood of Mongol invasions. Second, let's start for second, that is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Alauddin Khilji took defensive, he took offensive. He attacked Mongol. He levied additional taxes on the army. He paid salary to the army in a token currency, and token currency is made up of cheap metal. His administrative measures were failure. So students, we read about the difference between Alauddin Khilji's administration and Muhammad bin Tughlaq administration. In this way, students, this lesson is completed. I hope you have to understand this lesson properly. Stay home, stay safe. Thanks.